How to Rob, and he's throwing some big names of artists still in the game, right? So yeah, that's super controversial, and people ran up on him. I believe shot 9 times.
Yeah.
And a lot of producers, or sorry, not producers, but studio record labels didn't want to work with him because there's a lot of baggage there, right?
Too much controversy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Fiddy?
Man, that's my man.
Yeah?
This is, we were talking about high school times and getting into the mixtapes. This is my man. I for a long time, idolized 50 Cent. Absolutely.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. No, his career is pretty incredible. So it actually started off, pretty much the same as most careers. He's coming out, he's doing his thing, not really getting anywhere with his words, getting his tapes out or anything like that.
Yeah.
And almost got to the point where it's like, I don't know if this is gonna make it. And then come out with these mixtapes. So now, and we're gonna talk about other artists that did this. It's really where the love of the art comes out. So, in my opinion, there's a lot less rules. There's a lot less regulation. You don't have a record label saying that you need to put out 12 tracks in the next 3 months. It's no, me and DJ whoever are down in the basement. We're just doing this freestyling. It's the essence of hip hop, man. So 50 Cent, he knew how to do it. And this guy, he was just a workaholic. This guy, so he started making name off of his mixtapes. And, now all of a sudden he's out there, like you say, he's getting shot. Now record labels are still not looking at him. But he's like, screw it, I'll just go out there and I'll put out as much music as I can. Well, this in turn actually gets that view from the record labels, right?
Yeah.
Now there's a little bit of hype around him because he's so hot in the streets, and that's the way to do it, right? So this guy, like, his work ethic is unreal. He's putting out mixtapes still as he's dropping records.
Yeah, the album comes out and then the mixtape. It's like what the heck? Yeah.
Yeah, he's an incredible artist and like a hard working motherfucker. But I don't know what happened to him. Like mid 2010 till like now. Like where'd you go, 50?
Yeah.
But I think actually he's been taking a lot more of the backstage approach. So now he's doing a lot more producing, a lot more investing, things like that. So he's still doing it, and he's actually got a few singles out as of recent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's not the same 50 that you saw when it was the mixtapes. And I wonder, could mixtapes revive it?
Ooh, like old school mixtapes, like going back to the streets and selling them.
Yeah, right.
That would be a cool concept, man.
Yeah,
that would be a real cool concept. I like it. I noticed too with one thing with Fiddy and maybe the producer or the DJ he went with, like he went to their house and just was in their basement.
Yeah.
And he brought his G Unit crew with him, like Lloyd Banks and Tony Yayo and all the cats with him.
And that was Shaw Money, I believe.
Shaw Money, thank you. And it kind of brings me back to like the dungeon.
Yeah.
It brings me back to a lot of previous episodes where people get collectively and you're stuck and you gotta make music, right? Like you're all in together, like-minded folk just there. Where you even had Fiddy who's doing push-ups between sets, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, you go, I'm gonna do, drop 50.
Yeah.
and then I'm on next, right? So like I just thought that was an interesting thing to add on to, was he had his crew with him and they were all able to, push him and help him get to that flooding the streets, flooding the market of just 50 Cent. So all you could find was Fiddy. So
yeah,
I guess I'm buying Fiddy.
Yep. Man, I think there's so much power in that. There's so much power in that group mentality, getting behind, and raising one artist at a time out of out of nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, 50 came out. Then you know, the rest of G Unit, you've got Tony Yayo, Lloyd Banks. Who's the other one? Yeah. Anyways, and even Game came out of there too.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Yeah.
But it all started with all of that. Well, I don't think Game was part of it at that point, but it all started with those guys lifting up 50 first. You know,
Yeah.
like putting him on, getting him out there. Now he's hot in the streets. Now we can bring our stuff in and kind of like throw it in a little bit in his stuff, and then come out on our own.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the way to do it. If you look back in the history of hip hop,
Yeah.
I think most major artists came out of a scenario similar to that.
Yeah, like you can even say someone like 2 Chainz. I think it was you telling me that he was running with Luda's crew.
That's right.
Right, he was with Ludacris, and then he came out, right? Like
That's right.
and then we can go with Outkast, and then Goody Mob, and you know, like there's a lot of examples where I agree with you, where you know you might not be the first one out, but you know, wait long enough and do your thing and keep at it, and you'll be up next. It's my turn. You know, we're even with Nelly. Like I think of Nelly's crew.
That's right. That's
Batter
right.
Up. It was all of those cats, and then who's that? And then you listen to that one, and then who's that with Nelly? And then you know, so it's the crew mentality, man.
Yeah, and that's the way to do it. So you know, anybody taking notes, get a crew.
That's right. Squad up for sure.
Yeah.